Alright guys, how's it going? Needs more drums? Back in Farming Simulator 22 in Moss Valley for another episode of our 150 horsepower challenge. And today, it is now August, beautiful August morning, and I have some great news. The crops are all ready for harvest. Let's go ahead and walk across the street here. You can see what I'm talking about. There we go, look at this beautiful field of wheat, and we also have a field of oat on the other side of the farm. So lots of opportunities today to, we got to work quickly, get this all off of the field, and then we'll get it in the in one of the barns. We don't actually have a silo on this map, or on this farm, I guess. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking about putting the all of the crops in this barn right here to our left. And the reason that I like this barn is because you can actually close the door, and it should be, very, very spacious. We should be able to fit everything in here. I just got to be careful to make sure that all of the crops are separate. So I may even have to do a little bit in here. I don't know, maybe even a little bit over here or something. So we'll kind of see what happens. But what I can't do, which honestly kind of sucks, I wish I could put some in the bunker silo there, but I gotta leave that for equipment. Actually, another place that I could put it is if I just kind of run around here. I could put some back here next to these hay bales, and that's not a bad idea either. Like, just throw it kind of right here on the ground. I think that might actually be a good idea. So maybe I'll save this for the smaller. Well, I guess I don't know how much smaller it's gonna be, but the oat field here, you can see these are looking fantastic as well. Look at these, like, no weeds, beautiful looking crops. We did a great job this year, to be honest. So yeah, so we can put something in there, something in here, and then probably call it a day, and we'll just leave our equipment, either outside, or I'm sure we can find some other places for it. We can actually put it in the bunker silo since we're not really using that right now. And I know I said last episode that we're probably gonna put some hay bales in there, but we're gonna have to wait to do that until next month anyway, because we got to get these crops off the field. So let's go ahead, jump in the fence here. We got to move this, so I'm actually just going to hook this up to the trailer anyway. Go ahead and pop the windows open here. Beautiful day. Why not? Ah, love the summers. It's supposed to get a little bit hot though, I'll be honest. But right now it's looking like absolutely perfect harvesting weather. Crops should be nice and dry. We'll go test the moisture on them, but I think we should be in good shape. We didn't get any rain, so I think we should be good to go. But I almost forgot where my trailer is. First harvest on the farm. Don't remember where I put anything. I think it's over here. No, actually I think I may have moved it, didn't I? Yep, I did. Where did I put that? Oh, I know where I put it. Literally right here on the corner. Sorry about that. Get a little bit confused. A lot going on in these episodes. We've just been doing a lot of work, so forget where everything's at. But here we go. Here's our trailer, and we are a one-man show today, so that means that we're gonna have to. We won't be able to just follow the harvester like usual. We'll actually have to just pull the trailer up and stop and unload it. But to be honest, that's not really the worst thing, because the sides of the fields, like, they're pretty small, so I'm not too worried about that. But also, I'm going to fuel up real quick before we head over there. Let's jump out and do that. And again, this realistic fuel mod, where you actually have to jump out of the tractor and, initiate the refueling. I love that. Very realistic. Nice little added touch there. But, all right. Let's go and bring this over to the field, and then we will grab the harvester as well. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make a turn here. I think I'm just gonna take kind of the long way around. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will do something a little nifty. See if I can turn around down here by the sheep barn. Space is a premium in these maps. Let me tell you. Thank goodness we have small equipment, because, if we had some big, like, twin-wheeled tractors, they wouldn't even fit between some of these buildings on this map. So really, really playing to the map style, which I absolutely love. And I think for now, I'm gonna try to park this trailer. I can actually probably pull up right here in the grass. That's a perfect spot. Look at that. Beautiful. And so we can still get the combine around and do a headland pass. And then we can just roll up right next to it here. We'll have easy access to get out of the gate. We could probably be able to loop around even. So, all right. Let's head back over. Fire up that old John Deere harvester, which I am really, really excited for. I've never actually used that. I've had that mod installed for a long time. Never gotten the chance to use it, so I'm really, really looking forward to giving it a try. The detail on it looks fantastic, and I know that. I think it's by, I want to say it's by EY Modding. I could be wrong, though, but if it is, I know for a fact that EY Modding stuff is always really good. He does a lot of old kind of vintage equipment, which makes me think that's why that's by him, unless I got it online somewhere. But either way, if you need to know where it is, just make a comment and I'll post the link. But I believe it's actually on the Mod Hub, this one. So you should be able to just find it there. But either way, just look at this, man. Really, really cool. Beautiful piece of machinery. Yeah, I'm loving this. The best thing about things like this is you actually have to use some manual transmissions here. It's always really fun. Can I make this? No, I cannot. Isn't that great? Start it up, crash into the shed. Classic. Well, let's go ahead and move the telehandler out the way, and we should be able to get this out. I keep forgetting that. This thing is so way wider than I always think it is. No problem at all, though. I'll see you guys over in the field. Alright, so you guys are not going to believe this, but I actually can't get this harvester through the gap between... Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, I just noticed something. That door is giving me, like, quite a significant amount of, yeah, that's in the way. Let's see if we can do it now. Close that. That might give us a little bit more space. I don't have a trailer for this header, unfortunately. And if worse comes to worse, what we'll have to do is just use the harvest the oat field first, and then we can use that as kind of like a pass-through. But I think... Oh man, that is extremely tight. It'll work. Look at this barrel though. And a little bit. If I could move that out of the way, I could. It's like realism. Wow, that is tight. Look at that. But we managed. There we go. I'm not gonna be able to make it through the gate. I don't just want to drive through the hedge. I think I'm gonna have to get a little. Try to see if I can find a little header trailer for this or something. So I can build this up and bring it through the field. Let's go see what's in stock at the store. We will try to go from there. Because this is awfully embarrassing, and I apologize. Didn't really think that this header would be that big. I should have known, you know, being in the English countryside, that these gates would have been a problem. They always are. But being from the States, not really a consideration because all the fields are humongous. So something that we don't think about too much. But let's go get the tractor here. We'll just go head over to the store. And at the very least, we could probably find some kind of header trailer that should fit it. I'm not sure if there's one specifically that comes with this harvester. But I think we can make do with something. We'll be back. Alright, so there's not exactly a header trailer specifically for the header that we have. But we do have this one, which says it seems to be able to accommodate a 5 to 6 foot, or meter, 5 to 6 meter header. And we have a 5.5 meter header. So I think that should be okay. My only concern is that this is most definitely more of an American trailer. I wish, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I kind of wish that it had a front kind of pivoting axle. This will be a little bit difficult to get around the corners, but luckily it is a little bit shorter. I hope that it's not too terrible. Yeah, we're gonna try it, and I'm a little bit nervous here. We'll be able to make this work or not. So let me see how we can best position this so that the combine can get the header on here. I think if we just kind of go like this, and we'll just back up a little bit closer to the house there, that should be fine, and we can kind of just do a little turnaround, kind of back up into that alley that we came out of. Lots of very tight maneuverability on this farm, like I said before. Let's see if we can get this loaded up, and then we'll head over to the field. So I'm not confident that this actually is going to work. I feel like this header won't be able to stay on this trailer. And I feel like I have it on backwards, don't I? That might be the problem, but you know what? We're just going to try to hope that it doesn't fall off. And we're just going to drive very, very slowly. Try to turn this around and get over to the field. I always forget which way the these header trailers go, but I think it's supposed to go at the downward angle. So I think I do have this on backwards now that I actually think about it. And I did think about it, and I thought that that would be the right angle, but I don't think it is. So we'll try it the other way too when we unload it again and see if that makes a difference. But we'll see. Right now we're just leasing this trailer anyway because, again, I'm not super confident that it's going to work. But if it does, then we'll just probably purchase it because this will be absolutely needed on this farm to get this header around. Now this is where I'm a little bit nervous. If I clip this gate, this thing is going off. This thing is falling off, I guarantee you. And I'm definitely going to clip it right there. So we got to be very careful about how we get this in here. I'm almost tempted to even back it in if I'm being honest. Ooh. I think we might do it. I think we might do it. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so happy that worked. Okay. So now, I think I'm going to bring this probably just... I got to make sure I have enough room for the combine to get in. Let's see if I can just pull this around here. This is not easy to do, I am telling you, and I don't want to drive on the crops, obviously. Let's just back this up a little bit more over this way. I think we should be able to get it on right there. That'll be perfect. Okay, sweet. Let's go back and get the combine. Alright, finally, after all of that pain and suffering, we are finally ready to begin the harvest for today. Oh, that took way too much longer than it should have. But it's fine. It is all good. You live and learn, right? Live and learn. Make sure you have a header trailer when you are driving in the UK. Makes sense, doesn't it? But alright, we are going to turn this around, start right here, and jump into a little bit of a time lapse, get a headland done, see where that puts us. I'm not confident that we'll be able to get around this field, one whole pass around it, because it's actually quite a big field, and our combine is a little bit dated. You know, I don't know if it has the capacity to get around all the way. So we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. And yeah, would you look at that? I don't even think we're going to make it to a full headland pass. 4% left. Oh, it's going to be close. It is going to be really close. And no, we're not going to make it. No way. All right, well, that's that. I'm actually going to back up a little bit more. Probably come around here. I think there's a nice gap in the bushes. But I gotta say, I'm actually very impressed with the, this is my first harvest on this map. And I'm very impressed with the straw swath texture. Look at that. That's a little bit different. It's very detailed. It doesn't just look like a pile of, you know, like yellow, just, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's you can actually see the little individual strands of straw in there. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. But anyway, we're going to go and head over to the trailer, which is parked up right over here. And I might just actually resume from right here and we'll catch that. Now, you know what? I'll be thorough. I'll go back and I'll start from there. I like things to be, you know, really organized and looking nice. Oh, this is another issue with this harvester. Oh man, don't even tell me. I think I can make it. I think I can make it over. Yeah, I should be fine. With these old harvesters, you actually sometimes have to be careful about the trailers that you buy and if you put extensions on your trailers, because look at, we're barely, I don't want to destroy the crop, but we're barely over the top of that trailer. Actually that's fine. That's not terrible. I've had worse. I've had situations where I've literally, like, you know, not been able to make it over the top, and that's something that I think I need to consider a little bit more when I'm buying equipment. Just the you know, relative size of certain components to other pieces of equipment. I realized that with like pallets and everything, and you know, or like telehandlers and stuff, or you know, front loaders, like for the John Deere earlier in the series. In the first episode, we tried to load up the seeds into the hopper with the John Deere front loader on the old tractor, and it was just too small. It wouldn't get over the back of the seeder. It wasn't, you know, couldn't go high enough. So something that you don't always consider, but you got to be very, very careful when you're buying equipment and everything, especially small equipment. When you have, you know, old and new stuff, sometimes the old stuff doesn't always work the best. But anyway, this is pretty slow to empty, not gonna lie, but again, old machinery, wouldn't expect anything less. So we are gonna just back up, go back in the same way we came out, over there behind those trees by the Massey Ferguson, parked up over there. Then we will continue where we left off and just quickly get this field done. Quickly is a overstatement, I think, though, but you know, work efficiently to get this field done in a reasonable amount of time. that's the goal here. So yeah, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, after we've sorted out some of our problems with this episode, things I think are actually going to run pretty smoothly. Again, we are just a one-man show here, which is a little bit different than what I'm used to, and probably what a lot of you guys are used to with, you know, course play and everything, and having auto drive or something like that. I kind of like sometimes just taking a step back, just doing a harvest by myself. Takes a little bit longer because you got to go empty the trailer and such, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not too terrible. So anyway, let's go ahead and turn this back on, get the header down, and we will keep on moving here. So I'll just finish this up, probably jump into another little bit of a time lapse, and I will talk to you guys when we are done. Actually, probably, you know what? I'll save the time lapse for later. I'm gonna fill up the trailer, and then I will bring you guys back once we need to empty it out, because I gotta go and find which shed I'm actually gonna go and put this crop in. So just give me a little bit. I'm gonna do probably a couple more passes of this field. I think I'm just gonna do, you know, I'm gonna keep doing 2 or 3 headland passes for now. And actually, look at, even you can see like the crops are moving at the bottom as I kind of roll over them. That's, I don't know if I ever noticed that before, actually. It probably happens in other maps, but I'm like noticing it here now, and it looks really, really good. You can see, like, as my header passes over everything, they kind of move out of the way. But yeah, the detail in this map is really, really just on another level. I just have loved what, you know, the newer mods have been capable of in terms of stuff like this, and just the new textures, you know, the little things with the way that, you know, the store functions in this map and everything like that. It's just really, really cool. But yeah, one more thing I wanted to point out is the dust is really, really obvious right now. So I do have that added dust mod, or whatever you want, Dusty Lands I think it's called, and it's cool because it takes into account the recent weather. So if it was really, really dry, then you get a lot more dust. The particle you know, plume is thicker than if it just recently rained. So you can see, like, it is August, it's been a very, very dry summer, it's a very hot day, so you can see that, you know, in the front of the combine, like, look, if I jump into the cab, you can barely even see where you're going. And that's awesome, because that is really reflective of real life. A lot of times when I see, if I'm driving along the expressway and I see, you know, some harvesting going on in the summer or the fall, there's always just a massive plume of dust that, you know, even encroaches onto the highway. So really, really cool to see. And obviously this is a small harvester and a much smaller scale than a lot of the harvests going on by me. You know, that I live in, currently live in Chicago, but grew up in Indiana, right over the border. And well, when I would go down to college, I went to school in, you know, in southern Indiana, and like driving along I-65, just seeing tons of farms along the way. You know, big corn and soybean area where I grew up. You know, the Midwest, corn is kind of the king there, and a lot of, you know, they'll plant corn, harvested in the fall, and then do soybeans or wheat. Wheat's another big one. You know, we see a lot of wheat. But either way, it's always cool when I'm driving past and harvesting is, you know, kind of in full swing, and you see everybody with their huge, like the huge John Deere combines and everything. It's just like a totally different beast than like what we're doing right now in this map. I love it. I think it's awesome. So anyway, we'll go and fill up the trailer, and then I will talk to you guys once we've done that. All right, and so although the trailer is not actually 100% full, I think it's looking pretty close. So I don't know if I'm gonna go back and do a whole another harvest, and, you know, yeah, I think I'll just leave this here. But what I am gonna do is reposition the harvester real quick, and then we'll jump into the trailer and or jump into the tractor that's pulling the trailer, that is, and then bring that back to the farm. And so I think this is the bigger of the two fields that we have planted, and so I want to put the harvest from this one, and especially with this one, with it being wheat, it's a very, you know, high yielding crop. We're going to have a lot of volume on this, so I think I'm going to put this in the big shed where we currently, well, I guess previously had the harvester, and the where we currently, you know, house the telehandler and like all of the John Deere front loader attachments. So I'm gonna move those out of the way, and then we'll probably dump this in there. And plus, oh, it's at 95%. It's a 5% to go. That's actually kind of surprising. But anyway, we'll go take this back. No worries, we're close enough. And this is a pretty heavy trailer for these small tractors, I'll be honest. I think it should be okay. Shouldn't have any problems, but, you know, something to be mindful of. And coming out of this gate, that's actually a pretty wide gate. I can't complain there. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going. No problem at all. Nice short drive to the farm. Just literally right around the corner. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we're gonna put this. I can't dump it in the bunker silo. That would be super awesome, but we can't do that. I think I'm gonna put it in here for now, and then we'll load it up in the winter time. Load it up and sell it. This is typically what they do in over here in the English countryside. More so than in the States. Usually in the States they have a lot of people have silos, or there's a co-op or they can, you know, people can bring their crops to sort of like a central location. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not a real farmer. I don't know too much about this. I could be completely wrong, but just based on what I think that I know, that's kind of what happens. And you know, I watched like Clarkson Farm and everything, and it looks like a lot of people in the you know, I see like in Farming Simulator Discords and everything, and it looks like there's a big, you know, it's very normal for people to put their grain in a shed as opposed to in a silo. So just, you know, just a little different. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. I want to actually disconnect that. There we go. That's the front loader attachment. So I want to bring this bucket here, this big John Deere bucket. This is the this is for the telehandler. And this will be the reason that I bought this is because this is going to come in so much handy when we need to load up this trailer. I think this one has like 2,000 liters as opposed to the little front loader one that only has like, you know, 500 or 700. So this will greatly reduce the amount of times we got to actually go and, you know, back and forth between this grain pile and the trailer. All right, and now I need to hook back up to the front loader adapter so we can get that front loader bucket out of the way. I guess one thing that I actually could do, which I'm probably not going to do right now, but what I could do is divide the shed with like a bale stack or something. That way I can put, you know, all of the crops kind of in the same shed, but I'm not going to do that. That's going to be a lot of work, and you know, doesn't seem very very organized, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so that's a nice spot for all of those implements. I'll go ahead and put the telehandler back around the corner here. If I crash into the gutter, fantastic. Be able to sleep this right like that for now. And let's see if I can put this in here the way that I want it. I do got to be careful though. I think I should be fine with the height of the dump trailer. That does make me a little bit nervous. I could always just dump it off to the side. That would actually not be a bad idea. That way it'll be right up against the wall. Oh yeah, that's not a problem at all. We got plenty of room. And what I might try to do too is even get in there with the telehandler after a little while and try to push this up against the wall a little more. I make it to where we can fit more in there and also still be able to fit some equipment in here as well. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, it does look like it might start raining a little bit later in the day, so I do want to get this done as quick as we can. Shouldn't be too bad though. We've only been at it for about a couple hours, and we've actually making some pretty good progress. So I'm not incredibly worried about getting this done in time. I think we should be fine, but just got to keep that in mind and work a little more efficiently here. We're actually just going to pull up right by where the harvester is now. That way we don't have to drive as far to unload in the future. Pull up right behind it. All right. Let's go jump back in. Now we'll jump into a little bit of a time lapse, and we will get this done. Alright guys, we just got done with our first harvest for the year, which is awesome. Well, I guess the first half of the first harvest, that is. We still have to go to the other field and get that done. But I'm happy we got at least this big field done before the rain came. I'm gonna actually check the weather and see when the next rain is supposed to hit. Let's go do that real quick now, actually. Oh, it looks like we're just expecting a very, very brief shower at 2 o'clock. So that should not be too bad at all. We can actually probably make some progress today, if I'm being honest. So we're actually going to just put this header back on the trailer, hopefully the right way this time, see if it actually works. And then we'll go and dump the remainder of this grain in the warehouse or whatever you want to call it, barn, shed, whatever. Yeah, anyway. So I think actually I got to go around this way this time. Yeah, let's try it. Well, you know, what am I even doing? Let's just pull the tractor onto the field. Yeah, come on, man. Jeez, can't catch a break. All right, so we'll leave that there for now. Go and pull this up. And I think this should work a little bit better than the way that we did it before. Like I said in the beginning, I always forget which side the header, like the trailer, is supposed to be facing. But I'm guessing it's gonna be this way because it would be easier for the combine to come at a downward angle. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I'm right. Again, just look at that. Look at that texture. Looks so good. Awesome. Really excited for FS22. See if there's any better texture. So far, it's not looking super promising in terms of the textures, but you know what? That is the least of my concerns, to be honest. I know that mapping, you know, 3D textures and stuff like this is not easy. Well, at the very least, it's on there, and it's a little bit better than I think it was before. But we'll take that for now. We will take that. Let's go we're just going to bring this over to the other field while we got it right here. And this is going to be a lot of, you know, going back and forth to get all this equipment and everything. But could be worse. Actually, no, I'm going to go with this gate. I think it's a little bit easier than that one. I think it's a little bit wider. We do have some room to make this turn, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we're gonna go slow here. I just saw that kind of bounce up. I don't really like that. Oh, here's what we can do. We'll just back this up right here and just drive the combine straight down the hill. Now this is a very steep hill. This is some pretty rough terrain right here. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful. But I think it should be fine. So we're just gonna back this up right here. And we can connect right underneath kind of this cow barn here. And we might have to move this tractor though once we do that. But that's neither here nor there. Not the end of the world, to be honest. At least we can connect the header on a nice flat surface, which I'm sure is way more realistic than trying to connect it on some kind of hillside. Yeah, there we go. That'll be perfect right there. Excellent. All right, let's go and get the... Wow, what happened to this bale? Just fell down. What the heck? That sucks. Oh well. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put all those new ones anyway. Still thinking the bunker silo is gonna be the best spot, but we'll probably have to have some equipment there as well since we can't park anything. Well, actually, we'll be able to park some stuff in here. Oh man. Nah, we'll fix that. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. We'll fix that. I know there's a common theme in some of these maps. Just you know, the sheds, like the walls, not having proper collision. So, you know, if you try to put like things in a bunker silo, for example, it'll kind of fall out the edge. No big deal though. We'll clean that up. But yeah, let's go ahead and move all of this over to the other side of the farm, and then we'll continue our harvest. All right, there we go. Got all that loaded in there. So I think we have about, I'm gonna say 40,000 liters of wheat, maybe, because I think this is like 22,000, and then we had 2 of those, and then 11,000. Oh, actually, more than that. More like 50,000 liters plus some. So really good outcome to the harvest, and I'm very happy with that. So for now, we're just going to leave this tractor parked up right here. I know, look at this, we have all of our equipment like literally in one spot, and that's not the greatest place to park the combine, but oh well. Yeah, we have some oats to harvest now, which should be really fun. A little bit smaller of a field, I think. Actually, let me check that. I'm just curious. So yeah, field 30 is almost a 10-acre area, and field 56, this whole area is almost only 4.7. So yeah, definitely very, very much smaller than what we just did. Should not take us any time at all. And I think, like I said, I'll just dump it kind of back in here. I'll just move some of this and put it, back there for now. Shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, let's just go and get started. I think we might actually be able to finish a good portion of this before the rain hits. And the more that we can get done now, the better. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does this. Like, you put it... You, start the engine, and there's, like, no parking brake mechanic. So it just goes straight to, like... It just starts rolling until you, like, put it in gear, and that's super annoying. Anyway. So we just ran over that little part of the crop. Let's just go ahead and get started. All right, and so we have finished our harvest, and we actually beat the rain somehow by a little bit. We had about another half hour. It looks like it's coming at 3 o'clock instead of a 2:30 like or 2 or whatever like I said before. But anyway, we actually managed to fit the entire field into this one trailer. So that means that we can actually just probably park the trailer in the barn and just leave the grain, or in the shed, and just leave the grain in the trailer. I don't really see a reason right now to like dump it on the ground and move some equipment out of the way when we can probably just leave it. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, I'm going to actually take the header off. Let me just back this up in a place where I can easily position this. I think if I pull it up right here, it should be fine. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So that'll be great. We're actually gonna jump out of the combine real quick here, and well, because I want to actually take that for a wash in a minute. But this harvester header, I don't actually know where I want to put this. I might. Oh, whoop, wrong tractor. Maybe I could fit it in here. I'm gonna go and actually give it a wash first, though. But I bet you I can back it in here. I bet it'll fit if I put it alongside there. And I might actually mess with that grain a little bit and kind of put it in one big pile, so we can park some more equipment in there. But I feel like I'll put vehicles in there, so it should be just fine. But yeah, I'm glad that we got the harvest all done. Now that we got that all done, all that's left to do is bale some straw. So we'll probably get started with that in a minute, but I almost want to wait for the little bit of rain to pass. It's going to probably not let us bale once it starts raining, and I don't want to lose that time. So instead, I think what we're going to do is, just kind of arrange some equipment, clean up a little bit, wash some of this stuff off. We'll let the rain pass, and then we'll get to baling. So I'm going to do all that, and then we'll talk to you guys in a minute once we know that we have, clear weather for the rest of the day, and we can just resume our work. All right, guys, you can see that it is now almost 6 o'clock in the evening, which is a little bit later. The rain didn't last for too long, only about an hour or so, but we actually, the time while it was raining, to start stacking some of these grass bales up in this unused bunker silo, and I'm liking the way this is looking right now. It's not the most perfect stack. I'm not using auto load this time around, so a little bit sketchy, but overall not terrible. And I think I'll put some of the hay bales, on this side. Once we get through the other ones and going forward, I'll keep the hay bales in here. And I like stacking them like this. It's a lot easier. So yeah, we just got to unload that trailer a little bit later. But my priority now is to actually go ahead and get started on the straw baling, like I said I would do a while ago. And we already have the Massey Ferguson hooked up to the baler, so we're just going to use this tractor. We haven't been using this too much. And then once we're done with that, we'll see how long it takes. It might take us a little bit later into the night, after it gets dark, which is fine. But I'd rather get the straw off of the ground and into bales at least today, so it doesn't, start to blow away or rot into the soil or anything like that. So better to get it in bales, and then we'll get it uh, under some cover. Maybe actually we might put the straw under here too for now. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump in. We'll do that real quick, and then see what's happening afterwards, if we have time to do anything else today, or if we're just going to call it a day for today. So we'll cross the bridge when we get there, but let's go ahead and get to work and work throughout the evening. And of course, with literally like 2 swaths left to go, we have run out of net wrap. So we're going to go back to the yard here, to the shed, go and refill this, and then come back and just get those last 2 done. It's getting pretty late, but you know what? Overall, it's actually not. It hasn't taken as long as I thought it would to get all this straw baled. We have currently, what do we got? 66 bales of straw, and that's from both of the fields. So we actually started with the small field over here. Now we're just finishing up with the big field. But yeah, after this, I'm really excited because I think after this episode, we'll actually be able to start selling some of our products. So, you know, we have a lot of bales so far. I do need to finish stacking the hay bales in the barn behind us here, right there in the old bunker silo. I gotta finish stacking those up, so I'll do that, you know, off camera and everything. And then from here on out, I think the rest of, or those aren't hay bales, those are grass bales, sorry. But from here on out, anything else that we really make in terms of bales, I think it's going to be able to be sold, because we don't really need much more in terms of bales. We have, you know, both of the silage, I guess, harvest from the big grass field, and then we have, you know, the hay bales that are already in here. Yeah, so we have all the hay bales in this barn right next to us here. We have all the grass bales that are selling the field and getting stacked into the bunker silo. We have 2 fields worth of silage bales already. One of them is fermented, one of them is going to be fermented. And I think for the silage, I'm kind of thinking I might just use the, I might sell one of them and keep one of them, and then kind of gauge our demand from there, because I want to sell one of them so we can get some money to put towards some cows. So that'll give us a nice little bit of profit. We can spend that money on cows, and then, you know, we'll have enough silage bales from the second harvest to be able to keep any cows that we get, you know, fed for a good amount of time until we get another cut in here, because we are gonna have to get another cut of grass in pretty soon, probably just in a couple months actually. You know, starting August. So yeah, we'll probably do on maybe October if everything goes to plan. You know what, let's actually go around here. We'll just do the old loop around. And I did put another grass bale in the sheep barn, and I filled up their water as well, just before we had gone over and started doing the straw bales. So that's all good to go. But yeah, I'm just gonna go head back over here, finish this up, and I think this is a great spot to call it an episode for today. So like I said, next couple episodes, looking forward to getting some stuff sold, finally making some money. A lot of preparation has been in order, you know, to get all this stuff done. But we're finally in a spot to where we got some sellable products, and we're going to start, you know, really seeing the fruits of our labor pretty soon here. So looking forward to wrapping this series up in a couple of episodes. Won't be too much longer, and then I do have one more planned before we transition to FS25. You know, kind of one last farewell to FS22 series. You know, nothing crazy, but should be really, really fun. Something that I haven't done yet in this game, which I'm very excited to do. Like, just the whole map setting and the equipment, like just something that I've always been dying to use, but have never done. And I think this is the perfect time to do it, as one kind of last hurrah, you know, big farewell to the game before we jump into something new. And there might be some overlap, you know, just the way that timing is, because I know I got some deadlines coming up for work, so finding time for tons of videos has been few and far between. Plus, I still want to, you know, keep the City Skylines content coming as well, because people seem to like the variety on my channel. So that being said, hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Gonna finish this up, and then I will see you guys pretty soon in back in Moss Valley for the next episode of our 150 horsepower challenge. So thank you guys so much for watching. Always appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.